Okay, this is a really serious video. Okay. This is MuRay Burns, Murrayalexanderburns, MuRay Burns, Murray, and my other code names are secret with the White House and Asio, and MI5 know of them. I have been through the roughest trek of hell, and I've called hell home in endless ways, and Asio know this stuff, but the CIA know it even better. The space-time continuum, they wanted to put a stop to it, so they drilled into my head at 8 years old at the PA hospital, which killed me, in a manner of speaking, so that I went to heaven and I come back, so to speak, and so that you're going to have to pay Murray for that PA hospital as well, and all these hell things, and George W. Bush was behind all this, CIA saying. He broke his back, and that's the tale of the two brothers. I recommend watching this and crying. This is about Murray and his brother Burns. His brother becomes king by his own hand, but Murray has a broken back. He's the lion cub that had his back broken. And the mother left him behind because she was too much of a hassle. And this is horrible. I should already tell him, but he has to tell her. And he cried with Carmen and all down here the story. And we're asking, pleading with Joe Biden to fix Murray's back. He needs his back fixed, Asia, and Joe Biden and CIA. And not only that, Murray was DNA of Bruce Lee, and this is a very good movie, Dragging the Bruce Lee story. They broke his back as Bruce Lee as well, and he had taken him from USA. Bruce Lee was born in USA, and Murray got coupled with his soul inside of him when he died. They put his soul into him and made him a Frankenstein. This is the perfect movie to watch. Murray is not with Asia, so to speak, but he loves them. He was never against them in the space-time continuum, which was his life, which was his real life, and he was the pioneer of space-time travel of the future, because he believed in science for helping in nature and life, and believed that God wouldn't be against good science with medicine and nature and helping and joys. But Joe Biden, you got to put an end to this and stop this charade about it, because you've kept quiet for a while now, and except for certain things which I can't talk about for nature reasons, because she's doing a better job than that. And what they were putting through, and he's doing a better job than that. I shake his head because it's just disdain from Asia, what you did to him, from Kevin Rudd, and also from Joe Biden, did treat him pretty horrible, but he was getting his torture out of the way, and also prison sentences out of the way, so he's already suffered it, and you shouldn't have put him through at West Wing at Pear Hospital. He was a better man than that, and he was innocent of all charges. Plus, Carmen Muldaney was teched up, and she was a hero of sorts, and then this guy, the biggest hero of all. He's the biggest hero that ever was. He was not just the biggest hero of Australia. It's just space-time continuum. Yes, he was, Asio. CIA got the full factors on that with space-time cops, and he's a space-time cop too. He's not avoided. He's not to be avoided, Asio. He's meant to be rewarded 25 years ago, fucking Asio. And he did do his job. He did it all perfectly well. You can't say it wasn't him that did it, because he did. Space-time continuum says he did, and he did, because he did behind the time before he did the 10-year anniversary of the 10 years of anniversary of Operation Valencia, which he's the prize hero. He's the prime hero of that, and they gave $1 billion only to bank accounts, to decimal places, might I add you. This will piss off his family. And made him spend it in Australia and offshore goods to help deals. But that's $1 billion piddly dollars as financed through trafficking and things like that he didn't want to ever do, and you made him pay for it out of his own dole, his own pension. You fuckheads. You fuckheads. God is coming with Jesus. We kept this quiet about this. He does come. And it's beyond a joke what they did to this guy. And John Howard got an Australian SAS to shoot him when he was younger at Venman's Reserve and just missed his head, but through the space-time continuum he did get his head because he wanted him out of the space-time continuum race. And John Howard, you're the digheadest guy ever, man. I want to call you a mate for how much good you've done, but you're not really. You're a cantankerous old fool. You're a psychopath, John Howard, and we don't like you in CIA, John Howard. We hate you. We used you as part of the plot, and you used your own values against Labour principles, and Murray was a Labour man in his natural reality, which was a space-time continuum, but he become the true king, and King Charles will become king of another realm, the space-time continuum cops. And you have to understand this keeps going on and on and on, and like the Eminem song, and it keeps going on and on. And Murray eventually will get another phone, and he wants his phone back from CIA and any other counters that try counter offers, because it's his phones. He paid for them fair and fucking square, John Howard, and you can't deal him out of his deals. You're a fucking knee jerk, you wanker, John Howard, and they're not going to resurrect you, John Howard. They're going to make you pay. They're going to make you pay, John Howard. They're going to lynch you, and it doesn't matter what terms that means. They're going to lynch you, and you're out of the space-time continuum, John Howard. You fucked up, you cunt, and you were laughing your stock off that you couldn't pay him. Because you thought it was so funny that eventually he wins but he loses. No, not with Joe Biden, he doesn't. This is a secret. We can't say, but he wins. And Rachel Muldowney, who was meant to be with Murray, not Carmen Muldowney. And I say this to Rachel Alderton, you are a queen, okay? You are meant to be a queen of Murray's, and you are a hero too. You were held back by presidents as well. Now, Murray will forgive you with Billy, but just bear in mind, he wants to be your friend. Murray wants to be your friend. Now, he's got another woman that he's planning on, so don't forget about what he did say in post, okay, because he did love you, and he loved meeting you at your house, and he enjoyed that time. We made sure he did. And not in sexual ways, we made sure he did. And he didn't sleep with Carmen over that whole 20 years, in a manner of speaking. And that's a secret about that. And we love Murray for that, because we kept him as pure as possible. And we kept other women away from him, Rachel Alderton, who was meant to be Rachel someone else, but you were space-time continued out for another replacement for Murray, and for Billy instead, for you. But we understand, okay? We understand. You've invested a lot of love into Billy. And Billy here on this, mate, I'm not against you. Joe Biden's not against you. You seem like a pretty nice guy. So Murray didn't get to meet you, and he's not against you. Secret codes for the presidential White House are secret codes. So don't worry about what those secret codes are in Murray's text to her. Okay, he's respect. He's always been respect. He treated Carmen Muldowney with respect. Now, Rachel said to him, Murray, that this was a surprise to Rachel. She said on Facebook she didn't want to hear about Carmen and Murray, anything about Carmen. See, Carmen set up Murray against everyone. Uh, it's so crazy from Joe Biden. He wanted to explain that Donald Trump was the part player, but it was George W. Bush that started this whole charade tale. Now, it's the craziest tale ever, and people were set up with the wrong people to sing them, so that eventually that God will kill them. Now, Rachel Muldowney, we sort of killed you out of the time spectrum, but we kept you alive. Now, you're a very smart girl, but you've got tech in you that mental health don't want to touch you, because you're a kind, good girl. Now, you're meant to be, and they can switch off the tech any side inside you, but your tech with your children is true, like I told you. And also, they're putting tech into everyone, so don't be insulted by that. I'm not saying anything about your family, but they set up people and they're trying to trigger them with God, that God as a trap. Now, God will come with Jesus Christ and come with fury and power, because aliens coming for us and they're going to smash the living fuck out of this planet and us, and it's all because of John Howard, because he went too far, and we're blaming him because he was the greedy little devil that had his finger and cock inside. If you want to hear that, John Howard, you're a fucking dirty little ghost of a cunt, and you're going to pay the biggest slather of money that ever can be fathomed to this guy and to Bruce Lee's family, because he is Bruce Lee inside of him, so Bruce Lee's family get money too, John Howard. You've got to round up all the people you sold out Telstra to and all this guy's money to, and you've got to round it up and give it to this guy, Murrayalexanderburns, who's MuRay Burns, who's MuRay Burns, who is MuRay Burns, for his bank account. And people know who his bank account is. Just let that be known. It's secreted, and people can't pilfer from it. And also Asio got that covered, and also John Howard got that covered. So we're denying you ever existed, John Howard, in a manner of speaking, in the news for now, because we hate you, John Howard. We hate you. And he wasn't a bad guy. Murray is a perfect guy. You wrecked him beyond all compare for money. And yeah, you did help, okay? You did help. But at his expense, John Howard, you're a devil, cunt. You're a devil. And we don't care about putting this on the kids' channel because they need to know. It's a need-to-know basis, yeah, from Asia. Need to know. So, it's also need to know, but it's need to know. The world needs to know this one and the next generation of kids. So YouTube, don't block this one or put infringes on his mark record of his YouTube account. He's a good man. He was a man of God. He loved, and he always brought people to Jesus and kindness and goodness, and he put the sway of power towards all good to God. That was his ultimate reality. He was the richest man alive, and he saved everyone. He saved the most amount of people from hell to heaven. Do you understand that, people? And we need his forgiveness to save us all again, because John Howard went too far, and he's a dead shit cockhead who will suffer the worst consequences on the space-time continuum ever. He sort of becomes a god, John Howard, and that's about Murray. And also, John Howard, you got to pay, cunt. You got to pay. And yeah, Murray's the two brothers, they broke his back because they didn't want to have sex with his beautiful girls too. Because most of the sexy women in the world, he had them as girlfriends. And they did give him pleasure. And we can't go into divulging that. He was extremely loyal. And he was well endowed, but they took that off him too. From John Howard, messed with his genetics too. And George W. Bush, yeah. They played it as the devil planned, and they tried to switch it around that it wasn't them, and they didn't do it. Yeah, right. It's Bart Simpson with the Gulf War when your dad, George W. Bush, brought the Bart Simpson job. I didn't do it. Yeah, very fucking funny, bastard. And you did all this to him, George W. Bush. Time for you to pay. You can't blame it on your wife. The CIA know it's bullshit, John Howard too. You're part of it. Okay? Too bad. Pay up. PA Hospital too. You wrecked the best guy ever. And he will have his girls. So you don't mess with that in hospital. And he will be going to Eastman. And he will be conveying areas when he does. So he can go to other parts if he wants to. Okay? CIA controlled. And not only that, Asio will control certain methods of things so he can. So don't mess with him. He's going to expect it. Okay? But he's going to do his videos. He's got some more video codes to do. He's got to create some. He's got to create some more. And his devil planned him out of fruits. You fuckheads. You fuckheads. And then tried to cover up his space-time record. Now, John Howard kept some record of that, but he didn't keep enough of it. And George W. Bush, he tried to frame him, John Howard, over this. And George W. Bush, yeah, we're on a better playing field with you. Okay, you were a pretty kind guy. You didn't mean to do anything that bad. But it was part of a CIA trick on that. Okay, on this one. Okay, so keep it real, people. And Ali G wants to say something about this one in an afterthought, but we'll give that another video. Okay, thank you. Bye.